Hi everyone, my name is Rose, also known as TA Summers. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a combination of two things. My monthly TBR list for the month of June, as well as a compilation of all the books that I'm currently reading in terms of the 24 books that I mentioned in the last video. So it's going to be a montage of the latter at the end of this video, but I'm going to start off this video talking about my June TBR and what books I'm planning to actually finish before the end of the month. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. So you might be wondering as you're watching this video whether or not I'm going to acknowledge whether or not the other TBR lists that I've made in previous months applies when it comes to doing a formal TBR. I'm going to say yes, but a lot of the books that I mentioned in previous TBR videos are ones I'm currently reading between. So technically it still counts. I'm limiting my particular books for the month of June in terms of the formal TBR for this particular month to theme related reads because of different holidays and observances that are in June. I will not be doing Father's Day. I think Father's Day is still a little bit too rough for me to kind of like pick a book to read in that theme because my father passed away 2 years ago. And I kind of just am not ready to kind of do anything like with respect to that for like a monthly theme read. But what I will do is I'll do various reads pertaining to the other observances with this month, including a few fun ones that I think that you will enjoy. So I'll start with that formal TBR, and then I'll get into the books that I'm currently reading between so that you all can have a fun thing to end the video on with a bit of montage of all the different books that I'm reading. So there's that. So first things first, for the entire month of June, it will be Pride Month. So to all of my LGBTQIA and Two-Spirit plus folks who are celebrating the month, happy Pride Month to you. I am going to highlight two books that I've chosen in honor of Pride Month to be able to finish by the end of the month. These are both books that I have not featured on the channel before. So I picked them up from my library, both of them. So one of them I believe is a YA contemporary and the other one is YA sci-fi dystopian. So these are both books that I'm really interested to get into and be able to finish before the end of the month. The first one that I want to feature is one by Julian Winters. This is Right Where I Left You, and this is the contemporary. I'm really excited to be able to pick this up because I've heard a lot of different things about it, and I wanted to experience it for myself in terms of going in blind. So hopefully it's, I'll give you my thoughts at the end of it. And the second one is All That's Left in the World by Eric J. Brown, and this is the YA dystopian. I think this is a standalone novel, if I'm correct, but I'm excited to be able to get to it and give you my thoughts about it. Hey everyone, Editing Rose here. So I forgot to show the cover of Blackbirds in the Sky by Brandy Colbert. This is the book that just arrived at my doorstep today, so I'm filming in the future, but I wanted to share the cover of the book with you. But what I wanted to do for this was highlight a piece of Black history that has come up in terms of like recent events with May 31st is the anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre. So what I wanted to do is pick up two books that highlight that particular moment in history and have it like kind of or documenting some of the events that happened during the Tulsa Massacre. So I wanted to, since I couldn't find anything specific in my library about Juneteenth to be able to read, though on Juneteenth was the book that I wanted to pick up for this month. It was already checked out and it has several holds that I can't even get a hold of right now. What I'm going to do is just highlight the two books that talk about the Tulsa Race Massacre from 1921 and give you my thoughts on both books. So Blackbirds in the Sky is YA nonfiction. I'm very much looking forward to reading this book, and we will see where it goes. As well as another book that covers the Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921 in a different way, And this was a book that I read before, but it's been a number of years since I've gotten to it. This is Dreamland Burning by Jennifer Latham. And hopefully I'll be able to give reviews on both of these books and give you my thoughts about it. It's been a little while since I've read this, and I remember liking it the first time that I read through it, but it's been since probably about 2017, 2018 since I've read it. And it's coming from the perspective of two POVs, and it's kind of a mystery that toggles between these two perspectives surrounding the events of the Tulsa Massacre. So that should be interesting to be able to revisit and give you my thoughts on. Another interesting celebration to note in the month of June is International Surfing Day. So I figured I would choose a book that takes place on the water. And it's interesting that timing for the premiere of The Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey in theaters, which I am planning to go see and give you my thoughts on once I finish seeing it. I'm really excited to see it, but this particular book I decided to pick up kind of in the same vein as The Little Mermaid. It's not the version that is based on the Halle Bailey one. I still need to pick that book up, but this is one that I've had on my TBR for a little bit, and I was able to pick it up from my library. This is Prince of Song and Sea by Lindsay Miller. As you can see, this is a retelling of The Little Mermaid from the perspective of Prince Eric. So that's essentially what this book is about, and I'm excited to read it. Very last book on my TBR for the month of June, the formal TBR, which comprises of 6 books. This is the 6th book, and I chose this one in honor of International Panic Day. I don't know if I said when International Surfing Day takes place, but it is June 17th. But for International Panic Day, that is also June 18th. And I'm guessing it has to do with respect to mental health and certain things. So I decided to choose a YA anthology to kind of showcase different stories on mental health. This is a relatively new one. This is Absolutely Normal, edited by Nora Shalway Carpenter and Rocky Kalin. And this is the cover for it right here. The longer title for it is Short Stories That Smash Mental Health Stereotypes. So I thought that this would be a very interesting anthology to pick up. It has a lot of who's who authors that talk about mental health within the stories in this compilation. I recognize quite a few of these, including Francisco X. Stork, I believe Nikki Grimes. Yes, I know Nikki Grimes very well, Alicia Dow, Mercedes Acosta, and several other authors. So this should be really exciting to be able to pick up and see for myself how these stories pan out and give you my thoughts. So that is it for my formal TBR for the month of June. That's the end of this particular segment. So what follows after this is the montage of all of the books that I am currently reading between because of my book hopping. And I think a lot of them will be books that you recognize in terms of things that you've probably seen in previous videos, as well as some new ones that I decided to pick up in between. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now for the outro. Thank you so much for watching this respective video for my June TBR as well as my currently reading list. All 24 books at present. Hopefully I can whittle them down. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be informed of when I post new videos. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next video.